Grand Rising, and thank all of you for being here. And I do want to get right to it. Today, we are talking about resistance. Yes. 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 God bless all of you. May the Lord see you fit and see you well. Today, we are talking about resistance. And it is everyone's weakness. I am sorry to inform you, you are a resistant a-hole. No, you're probably not that bad, but you have these pockets of resistance stopping you from being what you came here to be. I have a lot of preliminary things to say today, a bunch. I'm going to do myself, I'm gonna try to go as fast as possible with all the preliminary things, but today they're not really preliminary. They're the basic understandings. So I want to talk about resistance. That's what we're talking about. That's it, resistance. But resistance to what? What are you resisting? Think about this. So yeah, please go ahead, Diana, go ahead. I want to hear answers.
Resisting change, resisting shifting from one mindset to the next, resisting in the flow, and then resisting what the flow brings you to. Resisting your own abundance, resisting, like you always say, everything that happens to you happens for you, resisting what happens for you. Like all of that. All of that.
Fair enough. All those answers are correct. They're all correct. There are no wrong answers. Does anybody have any different answers? Grace has different answers. That we're talking about resistance. And my first question is, what are you resisting? Right? Like, what do you think you're resisting? Okay, Grace, then Frida.
With all of the things that Deanna said, I wrapped it up into you're really resisting prosperity. Everything that you really want, you resist, and it's so you don't want it. So that's what I really resisted.
It's the right answer. You cannot give a wrong answer to this. You understand? This is it ain't a pass or fail test. It's a pass or pass test. This is all pass. This is all good grades here. You can't fail this. Frida, what's your different answer?
I would say resistant to leaving that comfort zone.
Okay. That that has no age on it.
No, it doesn't. As a matter of fact, I think the older you get, the worse that comfort zone.
You know what? That is accurate. Because I started to talk about that today, not that particular thing, but I started to talk about taking losses and how it will change you. That's what I started to talk about. I started to talk about that today because that's what you're talking about. How the older you get, how many of you, honestly, because you don't have to, like let's not, Grace she already knows. Oh, I hear that tone, so this applies to me, right? Grace is she ready to volley every time. But genuinely, how many of you've gotten to the point of your life, and I know me and Susan are there. You know what I'm saying? I know me and Susan are there. Phil is the wise one. I know me and Susan are there because we smart, and this should have worked out already. This is me and Susan. Me and Susan are our own worst everything. You understand what I'm saying? Because we know stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you not know stuff, but we're defined by knowing stuff. It's if we're not careful, we make that our worth. You get what I'm saying? So when Phil says something like, relax, no, relax, because that doesn't compute with what we know. Relax doesn't have a strategy. What are the steps to relaxing, Phil? Right? You get what I'm saying? You have to, so let's Phil say, okay, step one, you're going to take a deep breath. Oh, okay, then we can understand that, right? Because strategic thinking is it's not something you can teach. It is something you're born with, and it is a curse or it's a gift. Just depending on what side you on right now. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Susan.
Now it's a curse.
That's it.
Through let's say a conversation about something that, you know, I'm not willing to do right now.
See what I'm saying? There you go. There you go.
Because you know, and it has to do with COVID.
Yeah, makes sense. Well,
You
makes
know,
total sense.
I studied and read everything, and the percentages of, you know, hospitalizations, emergency rooms for our age group, and when we got the booster, there's still that risk.
Right,
you know?
right, of course.
And
of course.
with everything we have going on with ATS right now and everything like that, I'm not willing to have flu-like symptoms for 3 weeks, you know, right now, and possibility of long COVID or whatever, you know, with a breakthrough case. So, you know, it's not that I don't want to do things. I want to ease into things as they're
That's what a strategic thinker would say.
It is, as they're lightening up on things. They're saying, seniors, still wear your mask and protect yourself, but the rest of the world's gonna, you know, got to get going here. But there's, you know, but it's still questionable.
Yep.
So I'm, you know, saying let's ease into it, not go full force. And, you know, there's a difference there, and that's my strategic. Yep. And, you know, I do my research. I look out ahead. That's the thing. I'm looking
30 years ahead. You 30 years ahead.
I'm already way ahead. I'm not going to, you know, ruin a time, you know, for something like that. It just, you know, to me, you know, I'm always about that. So yeah, you are really right. That
we are worse enemies, man. I'm telling you, when you
people get mad at you
all the time. And so the opposite of the spectrum is Phil and Deanna, right? Or Phil, Deanna, and Tempest. They all got the same thing. They somehow understand more about flow than us. You know what I'm saying? And this is what they'll do. And I've learned this. They'll look at us, know we wrong, even though we right. Know we wrong, and just be like, okay. Only for us to go 6 months later. Well, we probably could have took a shorter way, but I just wanted to be safe. And keep that calmness about them without that spirit of I told you so, right? It's difficult. How do you, like, let's take me and Susan, because we're great examples. We are great examples of resistance, because knowing kind of creates resistance.
That's where I live. That's where I live. When you asked the question, I said, you know what? This is where I see me resisting to leave well enough alone.
It's almost impossible, ain't it? Right? It's almost impossible. Like, but see, Tempest, Deanna. Well, Tempest, she got strategic. She's like Susan, got both sides. But Deanna Phil could just leave well enough alone, you know, until they can't take them more. Then they put the foot down and be like, all right, you know, blah blah blah. Like, go ahead, Phil.
Resisting your need to be in control.
That's which. Like, how easy is that, right?
That is not easy.
No, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. Now, when it comes to that, when it comes to control, that's Deanna's problem. That's not a problem with me.
Yeah, I don't have control problem. I don't want to.
Well, I have an attitude. I have an attitude to where this ain't worse than a trash can, so it doesn't bother me. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like that's so innate in me. I've been through worse, and I have. So I don't have to really control circumstances and things. You know who else is insanely strategic? Queen Chi. That conversation with all the time. She'd be 15 seconds ahead in the conversation. No, she'd be 15 seconds ahead of me every time I talk to her. Every time I talk to her, she's 15 seconds ahead of me. Every time I talk to her, because she already see what I'm about to say. Resistance, all your answers are correct. Resistance truly comes down to one thing you're actually resisting: the law of attraction. That's the answer simplified, Damali. I have a friend that did not do right by me. It doesn't matter. I was talking to Damali and her husband about it. Well, by being greatly respectable and try not to, give. But I could still tell they trusted me. But I could have had an agenda or something, could have had an agenda or something. So 3 days ago, it came to a head. And I'm still protecting this friend. The details doesn't matter. And I'm not a hero in this situation. But I'm not trying to talk about me. I'm trying to talk about what I had to overcome. Mm-hmm. And what occurred, in fact, I'll just to Demond, I'm going to need your help with this one for a moment, if you don't mind. Okay, I'm going to need your help with this one.
Okay.
All right. So what I did, I need you to hold on, y'all. I'm going to send this to now. When you read this, Damali, just delete it, okay? When you read it, just delete it. Keeping it is not important, but just it's in lineup. Just delete it. 3 days ago, some other folk was like, "Hey, you got to zoom in on one of those thingies." Some of the other folk were like, "Hey, not mad at you, but I really, 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 really need this resolved. I'm on it. Hear me well. It's in there. It's now in fairness. It's don't worry about it. That's not the point of it. That's not the point of it. Okay. The point is what I had to overcome. Well, because we had a conversation about it, but this time that's like 100% definitive proof. I didn't even get a response. You know what I'm saying? No, it's truth. It's truth. It's true. Did I get a response to Molly? Like they just looked at the message and didn't even care. And I literally say in the message, I'm holding these people back. I'm doing everything. I can't keep doing it though. Not even to bother a response. It's okay. It's okay. It's completely okay because that didn't bother me. What bothered me is, well, nothing bothered. I got to finish the story so you can understand. They are hurting. Oh, God bless. And that's cool. And I wish the greatest. But it stands to say I wasn't lying, right? You know what I'm saying? It stands to say I wasn't lying. This mistake is costing me a lot of stuff, but it's okay. I'm not tripping because I don't have resistance when you mistreat me. I don't have resistance when there's no resistance nowhere, except for one part. When I saw, so you're not going. The first thing I thought about was Sam. I swear, the first thing I thought about was Sam. I said, so you're just not even going to respond. But then you're going to represent yourself as if this never happened. And my job is to keep quiet, right? Because the first thing I thought about, because I told Sam something and Sam told them like, hey, this man said this. No, he didn't. So I just said, cool, it's cool, right? You know what I'm saying? Boom, it's cool. This is where the resistance came in. For me. Why does that bother me? Did it bother me that it's happening? No. Did it bother me that I look bad? No, because I'm looking bad on purpose. This is 100% evidence. Now make sure you delete that. Get that energy off of your lineup. Don't even put that in here. I look bad on purpose. Like I'm doing it. No, I literally, it's in the message. I'm looking bad on purpose because my reputation can handle it. It's all right. And then I thought about it. Why am I bothered? Hear me very well. The situation is perfect. I'm supposed to see the perfection in this situation. Don't miss it. Because you can't see perfection when you're bothered. That's all I wanted to say, but I needed a witness because Damali and I had this conversation with you last month, right? And listen, I could tell they would, trust it, but and I got it. And I could have had an agenda, and I got that too. Could have had an agenda. You know what I'm saying? And I could have been lying, but I wasn't. That's 100% definitive proof I wasn't. But there's nothing I can do but pray for the blessed situation that me and Damali know about. All I can pray for is, please don't let that happen over here. That's my job. But the resistance, I got you. Hold on. Let me just, I just need Damali here because I need you to get, I've been going through this. And for, I don't know, 2 years for sure for y'all, but then for me, I've been protecting this. And it's nothing, I can't walk away from it. It's nothing I can do. But I can't, and hear me very well, this situation won't fade away from my life until I see it as totally perfect. Because as long as I'm bothered, it's going to be here.
That's so good. That's so good.
I cannot ascend. Here's the deal. We know scientifically, philosophically, all I got to do is just go up and it has to fade away. Like, that's not up for negotiation. It only bothers me because I'm vibrating at it. It only exists because that's the level of my vibration. See, ain't nobody exempt. I got witnesses to my poor vibration. Tamala, check this message. I got a whole witness now. That's how my poor vibration in this area, you know what I'm saying, has witnesses. My point there is, and I get Grace first and then Deanna. My point there is strong. You cannot see something perfect when you're bothered.
That's what I needed to know. Okay.
That's what you want to know?
I want to read
you cannot see something perfect when you're bothered. And I get it. When I reported the first time, because the whole situation made me look bad. It looked like I felt the person that Damali know, but that ain't what happened. But then, of course, when I tried to say something, it looked like that was a perfect opportunity for me to throw somebody in the butt, but that ain't what happened either. Not what happened either. But now people are asking me to protect them. You understand? And do this. So I've just resolved that I have to pay that back. Hear me very well. It's well over 6 figures. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I have to pay all that back. It's not that that's not the part that bothers me. I'm not, and that's kind of why we talk about resistance. That's not the part that bothers me. What bothers me is not like knowing this is perfect, but still being resistant about it. That's what bothers me. So now that we being transparent, I need you to get that if something is happening in your life, there should be no resistance. It is just ebb and flow. No resistance. Because I know what I want. Now, if you don't know what you want, that's resistance. But I know what I want. I know every end goal. So since I know what I want, there's no way this situation is supposed to bother me. Hear me again. When you know what you want, and when you know what you want with the expression of yourself, there is no such thing as resistance anymore. And every time that I allow myself not to be perfect in this situation, I am not being at the highest expression of myself. And I don't just mean in that category. I mean totally.
Antonio?
Yes, ma'am.
You know, with the strategic that I have, I think like that. But then on the other side, I have that empathy. So that I get concerned and my feelings towards how other people feel come in. And then I have a harder time staying on what I feel is the right way, you know, because I'm concerned about how they're feeling and what their wants are, and you know, will give in to theirs. And I'm talking in general in situations. I'm strategic. I have a plan, and like you have a plan, but then you know there'll be situations or people, and I care about the people, and then I go off this way and lose track of, you know, what my strategically I know is right. Does that make sense?
It sure does. It sure does. It sure does. All I can
Feel hurt. I feel hurt because I don't know what to do. I'm hurting myself because I want to stay on my path, but I want to accommodate people, you know.
right. Right. I get it. I completely get it. It's all perfect. It's all perfect. Right. For instance, I was just talking to Damali. What happened is about 30 people that need to be refunded. This is not an issue. Monica's one of them. You understand? Monica's one of them. And I'm confused in strategic thinking of the actual problem because there's 30 people that never got what's supposed to happen. But I still view the person as perfect. And the situation as perfect. There's this one pocket of resistance. And the one pocket of resistance is why attempt to make me look bad when I'm certainly not doing that to you. You know what I'm saying? And it dawns on me, oh, and hear me well, I can't stress this enough, Jaquita. I can't stress it enough. It's only happened because I vibrate at it. I need you to catch this, man. I need you. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
You're saying that you're being made to look bad at, or look bad because you're vibrating at it.
If it exists in my life, I am its vibrational equivalent. If it exists in my life, I am its vibrational equivalent.
Can I say something in that? right there.
I got you next, Damali.
Right there. So the other night, something happened with my granddaughter, and I was like, what? It's, how can you ask me to give you something when I've been giving all along, and then you're making it look and sound as if I have not given and or put in or have taken care of or have looked out for or has caused the increase for. And then, it was eating at me. I was like, I want to choke her. Can't do that. And then revive her. But I know it was God. I know it was the Holy Spirit. Sandra, just look at it. Remember what was said. And it's something that you said, as long as you allow that information to be entertained, excuse me, negatively, then it's going to bother you. So then look at it positively. What is the good in it? And the good in it was she's coming into her own way of thinking about how to manage her time, her money, her events, and how she feels it can be handled in her way. And as soon as I took what was given to me as knowledge to hold above that, to soar above the bothering, it ceased. And I just thought that was so funny. So I just wanted to say that in that space because that was like so cool. Okay.
Right. Right. No doubt. No doubt. And I completely get it. And like I say, there's and me and Molly know, right? We know, I know. How do you, well, let's talk about me. When someone's purposely making you out to be not what you are, you know what I'm saying? And just literally manipulating details because you're protecting them. You know what I'm saying? It's not, all I have to do is say, all right, y'all, well, since not a dime ever came this way, just go back to your merchants and request refunds. That is 100% legal. It would be 100% exposure, you know what I'm saying? But I haven't done it, and I don't do it because I own the business. And $100,000 worth of refunds will put just about anybody out of business. But I need y'all to get that. So while I am making sure this person does not go out of business, they are making sure I go out of business. And there's nothing I can do, right? You know what I'm saying? And the resistance there is, the resistance there is, it has nothing to do with the fact that, okay, you convince somebody that I super duper greatly uberly respect. You convince them I'm a crook or whatever. I have no idea. It doesn't matter. But that doesn't bother me. What bothers me is I'm supposed to see this as perfect. And until it's perfect, the universe can't make it fade away. So I repeat again, as long as you are bothered, you can't see the perfection in things. The reason I'm bringing this up, because y'all think resistance is because you're disagreeing, because you don't want to do something, or what did Susan say earlier? I'm just not ready to do that just yet. That's all resistance for sure. But the higher you ascend, these resistant things get sneakier. They hide in your blind spots. You know, they're getting a little centimeters and millimeters of things. And you wind up realizing that in my case, in this situation, I am resistant. I cannot stress this enough. It's not that I'm resistant and not paying those people back. I am. It's not that I'm resistant and I am never on planet Earth ever going to expose this person. It's never going to happen. I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. I'm just never, ever, ever going to do it. You can't pay me to do it. For one, I'm not in. Let me just talk about the Black side of me just for a moment. I ain't got it in me to tear another Black man business down. It ain't gonna never happen. Let me just tell you that right now. Okay, we'll take it out of that now, and just it's not like it's going to pay me money. And most importantly, please hear this. At the end of my life, it's not even going to be a big deal. It's a big deal now because I have to see it. But on the scale of my life, it won't even be something that registers as remembrance. And I think most of y'all problems are that way. You're making them a really, really big deal right now, but they're not under any circumstances. They are nothing on, like if you go from birth to death, this situation is never going to do anything. It doesn't mean anything. It's not stopping me from being the highest expression of myself. It's not doing it. It's not putting food out my kid's mouth. It's not true. So if it's not true, why am I bothered? An old man once told me, and I'll never forget, he said, a lie always tells on itself. Always. Our problem is, and I think Monica can attest to this, God be taking too long. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But see, I've got to be careful because the only result that I want out of this is nothing. Nothing. Like think about this for a moment. I don't want, I'm never going to get back. That's not even registered on the thing. I don't want to get back. And I don't want any money back. It wasn't my money in the first place. The money never came here. It went straight to a partner. It never came here. So I ain't lose no money. I will in the recompensation of, you know what I'm saying? I will. But maybe, and this is what I keep thinking, Queen Chi, maybe those are my seeds to water the Mexiverse or the city or student loan debt or ending world hunger or something. You get what I'm saying? No, but I mean, I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm not even trying to be, use hyperbole. But I got to pay somewhere. Or maybe the source is moving who I wanted here, because that would have been the exact poison that I didn't need there, right? I don't know. And here's the deal. It ain't my job to know. It's my job not to be resistant. Knowing, that's source's job. I just got to show up every day knowing it's perfect. You understand what I'm saying? Is it easy? No. If it was easy, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Right? It's not easy. It can't be easy. Go ahead, Phil.
You mean you need to show up every day to participate in the perfection?
Yes, even better.
So you need to participate in the perfection. But here's what I think we got in my cliff notes.
Mm-hmm.
The past resides in your memory.
Yeah.
And that's only a vibration. You choose your memories. You choose the vibration you want your memories to be. The future resides in your imagination. You choose what that is. All we have is the now. All life is a series of now. So what are you going to, if you remember my cycle of behavior, what are you going to feel, think, be, do, have, and give to get what you want?
Yeah.
So the past resides in your memory. The future resides in your imagination. All you have is the now. So what are you going to feel, think, be, do, have, and give to get what you want?
Incredible. That's one hell of a cycle, isn't it? I guess as we talk about resistance, when you create, if you don't know what you want, then life is supposed to really, really give you resistance. It's only in that resistance can you get that clashing that makes you see the opposite. And you say, you know what? This is what I want. You need that. Because we don't change our lives in perfection, right? We don't strive for things in an oasis. You need the desert to desire to create the oasis. Cool. Yeah, I'll get that. That don't mean you accept it, but you get it. You don't mean you accept it, but you get it for sure. But this is the part you don't get mostly. But once you know what you want, you're not supposed to be bothered anymore. I'm not talking about detached from human emotions. I'm not talking about being a robot. And I'm certainly not talking about being a doormat or a people pleaser. But you're supposed to look at the situation and know it is perfect. And you don't need to be vindicated ever, because nothing is ever wrong happening to you. Something in this situation is blessed, beautiful, and promised. And your job is to get out your present ego and just know you want other self, whoever may be bothering you, to be blessed. What does it benefit me for me to tell y'all what's happening and you see it and I'm vindicated? What, you're gonna say, ooh, I can't believe that happened. Ooh, I'm so glad you did that. How does that bless my life in any way? Either option. All it does, see, I always have to be careful, and you too. I'm going to talk about me, but I don't want you to hear me. I want you to talk. I want you to hear you. This person has a whole wife. And most of those people, 3 of them are single. The rest have spouses. So the person who wronged me, you can't wrong me. The person who did something that my ego says wronged me, because there's no wrong, right? And my ego says that. My ego says I'm a victim. You understand what I'm saying? My ego says I'm a victim. Has a wife. So taking any action affects his wife. You know what I'm saying? And I know for sure that it's all working out. Because I'm not bothered by the situation. I'm bothered by the resistance that I have built up. But why try to hurt me when I still have you a part of everything? I mean, you're still you still got access to my page and stuff, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like why try to hurt me when I'm certainly not doing that to you? And that caused a little pocket of resistance. Well, actually, not try to hurt. They are hurting. They are succeeding. They are succeeding. But why? Like, what's the purpose? And that's when, you know, I've had the opportunity, Queen T, to deal with this for, you know, over a year now. So I'm talking to you a year ago in the present right now. Where I'm at with it now, I'm 95% good, but 95 ain't 100. You know what I'm saying? Resistance is always going to cause disease in whatever you're trying to do. So here's my second point to you. And man, resistance is always going to cause disease to whatever you're trying to do. The side effect of resisting the law of attraction is disease. Sometimes those diseases are in your dreams. There's a great book. I watched Phil reference it with a teddy bear in his hand at a Les Brown conference. It's called the Bible. I watched him do it. In 1 Peter 3rd chapter, 6 verses that says, Damali, bow down, respect, obey. That 7th verse says, oh, husband, you too. See, we like to leave that out, our shit. We don't like that one. You know, we leave that out. You know, we want to say, the queen, to be quiet. I'm the man. But that 7th verse says, I ain't gonna repeat what I just said to her, because I said it to you too. As a matter of fact, you the leader. Just go look at it. 1 Peter 3rd. You know what? Let's just pull it up. 1 Peter 3rd chapter, 7th verse. I'm gonna pull up the English Standard Version. It's pretty accurate. This is scary. This is extremely scary. This is me reinforcing your point, down. Likewise, husbands, live with your wives in an understanding way, showing her honor to the woman as weaker vessel, since they are heirs with you in the grace of life. Pay attention, so that your prayers may not be hindered. Some people can't win because their prayers are being hindered by how they're treating their wives, how they're treating their husbands, how they're treating their business partners. I'm going to say that again. Some people are doing all the right things. Their funnel can't be fixed any better. Their marketing plan is genius. But the universe has declared, since you are not doing right by Damali, that's not the case. That's why I'm using her name. Okay. Sam is doing just fine by Damali. All right. So that's why I'm using. She's like, yeah, right. That's why I'm using her. If you're not doing right, no matter what you do, I ain't letting this work. It was said, y'all see it? Your prayers. It's scary. This is scary. This is, if you don't do what I said right here in 1 through 6, you know what? If you don't do it in the grace of life, so your prayers may not be hindered. You'd be surprised how much your character is killing your dreams. So when we resist the imperfections of our spouses and don't see them as perfect, what we're actually doing, and here's my second point now, I got back to it. What we're actually doing is forfeiting our dreams. Here's how I see it, Phil, and you're more than anybody who has value to add here, please do. Here's how I see it. I see it as, since this is $100,000 problem, it actually just costed me an apartment complex. It's the honest to God truth. This coming with Brad Blazer. It just cost me because I literally had the email say it's going to overcompensate me right now, overcompensate my resources. It is, because I have to pay people back. It's honest country. The way I see it is that $100,000 seed that I am willfully, gleefully protecting and making sure this person doesn't suffer and has to go out of business. That seed, if I reversed it and move forward with it in justice, then I'm going to lose every last one of my dreams. Because that would now be 100,000 seeds planted that will be hindering my prayers. That's how I see it. Am I telling you it feels good? No. Am I justified to do what I'm supposed to do to the letter of the law? Yeah, but justification don't mean harmony. My job is not to do the right thing. My job is to be the right thing. Those are not the same. I am right. It doesn't make me vibrate right. Remember, I told you, whenever you think you're right, Queen Chi, you're wrong. And since I think I'm right, guess what, Damali? I'm wrong. One day, the truth will come out. And it ain't my job to be happy when it does. It ain't my job to make sure it does. My job is to trust. Here's my third point now, Frida. My job is to trust Source has never taken me to something that hurt me. That has been one of my biggest struggles in life. Trusting that this wasn't supposed to hurt. My observation and my perception is making it hurt. Not Source. Resistance. We resist every chance we get. And the higher you get up there, the more these resistance, they this big. You be like, no, this was right. This was. Let's go back to what Susan was saying. Because it's a perfect example. Because me and Susan got the same problem and the same blessing. Perfect. Just depending on which side we woke up this morning. We're on the shadow side of strategic thinking or the light side of strategic thinking, right? Who knows? Is my faith, and I'm going to talk about me, not her in this case. Is my faith in what I studied? Because I got lawyers for this situation. Oh no, I hope y'all don't think I don't have lawyers for this. I got lawyers for this. I can fix this situation quickly. Ain't gonna be no problem. You know what I'm saying? I can fix this situation quickly. I'm a lawyer for this situation. I studied the law, and I got people who studied the law for a living. Or is my faith in abundance? Because if abundance is true, if God is real, if abundance is true, no matter what this person does to me, no matter how much they convince this one person or other people, I should not experience lack. Because God didn't create lack. And when I come back to that, I immediately calm down. Nobody has the power to make you experience something you didn't plan. That wasn't the point. It came out by accident, but that was good. Okay?
Repeat that, please.
Nobody has the power to make you experience something that you did not plan. Nobody. It's not the way manifestation works. That's their experience. And my job is to respect that they are planting the best harvest for them as they see it. Phil says all the time, nobody does anything wrong according to their worldview. Or say something like that. I'm bad with quotes, but it means that. And it's the truth. But if I start resisting, I start delaying and hindering my prayers. ATS takes longer, right? Apps take longer. Somebody just private messaged me, why do you have to pay for someone else's mistakes though? Ain't that the reasonable question? Right? Ain't that the reasonable question? I'm not paying for anything. I'm supposed to be grateful that the resources are on the way for me to ease people's experiences. Wait a minute, person who asked that question, listen to what I just said. I'm not paying for anything. It's not like God then ran out of money. Ooh, I wasn't expecting him to do that. I ain't got it. So you got to pull out your own pocket, right? You know what I'm saying? But somebody has to be the agent that goes into people's lives and say, I know this happened. There's still some good people out here. Well, that's not to say this other person's not good, right? That's not what I mean. I'm just saying good things still happen to you in your experience. I feel very comfortable saying that. You get it? It's important. It is extremely important. So I have written down here. Oh, I got off my notes somehow. I have written down here something no. Before I write that, I pulled up a video of something I said. Well, let me just pull up the video. Before I get to what I got written down, let me just pull up the video. This is how funny things are, Damali. Look at how old this video is. Deanna with the fro and Michelle with her perfect self. All right. And I mean that for real. She's awesome. Yes. Today, powerful conversation. Powerful conversation. We've got two empaths here. They're going to be crying. We're only talking about resistance. That is it.
I resist the resistance.
Yes. So remember, I told you off camera. See what I did?
Yeah.
And no problem.
No resistance.
Law of attraction has a very significant response to resistance. A very significant response to resistance. So I'm going to basically talk about one thing. Okay, now pay attention. We'll pay attention to two things. For one, I still got that compass right here. It's pretty good. I keep up with my stuff. Two, watch what I say next. I have two things in it. Resistance and how the law of attraction responds to it, and how you are only creating half of you. Stop right there. Later, in a couple of seconds, I'm going to say resistance, the how do I say it? The side effect of the law of attraction. Resistant law of attraction is disease. I'm going to say that in a little bit, but I'm going to pause away before we get there. I'm going to rewind it real quick. Just listen. Basically talk about one thing, but it's going to have two things in it. Resistance and how the law of attraction responds to it, and how you are only creating half a universe. Okay, someone write that down. You're only creating half the universe, but I should have said half of your universe. That's what I really want to say. Half of your universe. I'm not done yet, and you need some more context. Okay, I'll wait till Deanna's pencil stops moving, then I know everybody is complete. You're only creating, due to resistance, that's what was before that. You're only creating half of your universe. Due to resistance, you're only creating half of your universe. All right, here we go. I'm going to push play again. Pay attention. That's what we're going to talk about. That's it. Law of attraction and how resistance and how the law of attraction responds to resistance and how you can create all of what you want, but you're only creating half of what you want. All right, stop right there. You can create the body, all of what you want. Or half. I'm tired of partial blessings. So I'm not reacting to this situation. Do you understand? Did I make that clear? If I didn't make it clear, then I ain't got nothing to do. I ain't got nothing with you. Watch this.
And that's always in most cases here. So in most cases, half of what you don't want is what you're.
Oh, right. God dog it. I don't need to say nothing else. In most cases, half of what you don't want is what you're mostly creating. Oh, that's so true. It hurts. I said a lot of stuff in that video. I had to go back that's from 2018. I had to go back myself. And as I was preparing this class, and I'll put it in the chat for you all, that particular video. How do you, let's take, this is, we're going to take me and Damali. Damali knows somebody is turning somebody Damali knows, one of her friends, like third cousin friends, against me. That's okay. But me and Damali know the only way that can happen, or the reason that can happen, this ain't got nothing to do with this person's character. The only way somebody can be done with you or turned off by you is because they love you. And someone painted a picture that hurt them. And it's hard to see what you thought you knew versus what you see now. And nobody's exempt from that. Nobody's exempt from that. And that's the gentlest thing I could possibly say. And I mean it. There's no BS. I mean that. This means that person loved you. And now they're hurt by what they're currently seeing. It's not beef. It's pain. And if you are attributing pain to people's character, you're a problem. We teaching today, Frida. If someone is in so much pain, they've turned against you. They're not wrong about you. They're not right about you. They didn't turn their back on you. They're hurt. They're hurt that they went against everything they believed and believed in you. And you don't know what this person is going through. You don't know how many times they've been let down. Right? And now you were the one who wasn't supposed to. Now you done triggered 16 years, 35 years of abuse they've been through. That's not wrong. What the hell are they supposed to do? Like, what's the reasonable response they're supposed to have? Like, what other ulterior motive? What other alternative action should they have taken, Frida? You wanted them to act better than you? No, they can't. They just hurt. And what we do is that hurt comes into our existence for us to be God and love on this person. But then we resist it. I guarantee. I guarantee you that this causes me pain. Don't get it twisted. But I'm not telling you. Like, don't let me think just because I know what's happening in our shit don't mean it don't hurt. That's just not reasonable to think. Right? It's not. Some of y'all been with me 5 years. It's not. In 5 years, you seen me upset one time. It's not reasonable to think that I ain't been hurt just one time in 5 years. Some of this stuff don't make no sense, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all give me a little bit too much credit. That's me. I just come to life every day saying everything is perfect. And sometimes stuff wiggle its way in there, huh, Susan? It just, to wiggle his way in there, just, you Susan got her back against the wall, like, all right, nothing coming in. And to find this way in a little air pocket or something. You know what I'm saying? Just find this way in, and that's fine. But when it finds its way in, that's nobody's character. That person's responding, and it's your job to be God and love their response, because nobody has ever been corrected to love. They've only been loved to love, forgiven to love, nothing else. I guarantee you in this situation, how do I know, respectfully, Damali, how do I know that the person me and Damali know, all sides of the thing, how do I know I'm not being the great agent to get rid of 40 years of all the trauma when it comes out, however God's going to do that, right? That I was never wrong and I never turned my back on blank. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you that's what's going to happen. I'm not even trying to be a hero here. In fact, when I read books, I'm always the villain. I don't think I'm Superman. I'm Lex Luthor. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't look at a story and say, yep, I'm the leopard that came back. I know I'm the 9 that walked away. You know what I'm saying? I got hit. Thank you, Jesus. I'm out of here. Right. That's me. I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back to say thank you. I got what I needed. But I do know our job. Well, let me say mine. That's first person singular. I'll put it in first person plural in a little bit. My job is to be God on earth. And if you think, I told Dana this the other day, if you think that you don't hurt God every day, you're just not paying attention to your own actions. So you know what, Arshia, sometimes you got to do to me what I wouldn't have did. Will I talk to the person hurting me? Sure I will. Am I going to remove the person from access to everything I've given them? No. I thought about it 1,000 times. I have, probably 2,000. No reason. I know I can't talk to the person just yet. Not because I can't. I can't. But right now, they're not important. The people who need to see God has showed up for them, that's important. So when we do have that conversation, Damali, it's like, hey man, it's all good. That's already taken care of. You don't owe me nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's a different conversation. That's a conversation of, I did it, took care of it. I didn't ask you for a dime. You know what I mean? Like me and this person so close, they mama is like part of my bank account. I don't know how to say that without saying too many details. Like, if you got Navy Federal, you can't get to Navy Federal unless you know a veteran. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Come on now.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Close. Like, yeah, we close. We close. Like they hold mama. So, they hold mama. But, and I say this with the greatest fervent respect possible, they're perfect. And anytime I ever was bothered by them, I was the one wrong, not them.
Yeah.
Okay, the other disagreed. And I feel that disagreement. My flesh, if we was in church, feels that disagreement.
Spirit feels that.
She said her spirit feels that disagreement. But every time I ever was pricked by them, judged them, Damali, I was better than them. They are God. We are equal. We are one. Period. And it's not just words. I'm acting out that behavior. One day when it's all over, ask Damali, should tell you all about it. Am I lying, Damali? Because this one day should tell you all about it.
Probably not, but you know.
Yeah, she probably ain't gonna tell y'all, you know what I'm saying? But she knows the truth. But see, I gotta be careful because okay, yeah. No, 100, for sure. Oh, that makes me feel much better. I'm glad. I didn't think that, but I didn't know I needed to hear that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think that, but I didn't know I needed to hear that. We're talking about trusting and loving and knowing. That actually does make me feel better. I appreciate that, Damali. Trusting and knowing and loving that all is well, all is perfect. And you're not supposed to resist all is well and all is perfect. Frida, when is things not all well and all perfect? I'll answer for you. Never. I got you. I got you. I got you. It was an open book test. I got you. Queen Chi, when should you ever be bothered? I got you. Never.
My favorite kind of test.
That's an open book test, right? You can use the book. In fact, we ain't even got no Scantron. Just show up to class, you pass. Right? You pass. When should I ever be offended by what somebody do to me? Never. Now, do we get there? Yes. Where I come from, we call that distortions. It's not character. It's not mistakes. It's the God that you are, Queen Chi. It's distorted. It has mud on it. And you have to get past these distortions sometimes to actually be the highest expression of yourself, which is God. So I wanted to talk to you today. I ain't done, but I want to talk to you today about resistance because in this case, it's not something, well, I've mastered resistance for sure. In this case, I ain't mastered this, but I talked about it with y'all right when I got over it. So I think I'm like, when I sent that, when I got over it, whatever that date is on that message, Damali, and all it was a look and nothing else. And then you're not even asking me, you're asking somebody, right? You're telling somebody else, blah, 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 instead of telling me. That's when I got over it. I got over it when I recognized there's nothing. And my message was kind. I said, hey, King, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my message was kind. The situation's ugly, but not my message. My message wasn't ugly. I said please and everything. I got over it last week or whatever that day was. I don't know what it was. Damali knows. When I'm gonna tell you what made me get over it. Because I never used my personal page. And I went to like Messenger. I never go in there. But here's what happened. I went back, Queen Chi, I went to go look at something else, and I saw that message and it altered my mood. And I said, now wait a damn minute now. That was 8 hours ago. You see, y'all not hearing me. You're gonna hear me all. You're gonna hear me today. I look back at it was 8. I forgot the whole situation existed, Phil. And I picked my phone back up and saw that, and everything came back. I said, wait a minute now. We're not, no. I am not going to let some fake app, like Messenger is not real. It's not a real thing. That's like, you talk about me on Twitter, that's not a real place. You know what I'm saying? You disrespect me on Facebook Messenger. That's not a real place, Damali. That's not a real place. That's in the cloud somewhere. And I'm not finna let something imaginary alter my mood like that. And I sat there and I said, no, we're not gonna do that. Now we left that crap years ago. What we're not gonna do is forget about something and it all come back at the looking. That's too much power over me. Somebody needs to hear that.
That's being in the land of megaverse and its reality in its unrealness and imaginative place.
No doubt, no doubt. The body said I already deleted. That's why I said get off your phone. Get off your phone. Get off your, you know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't. I recognize it's energy, and you don't deserve that energy. You get what I'm saying? You know, and that ain't your cross. That's my cross. Don't pick up my cross. It's my cross. You want to pick up my cross? They're gonna treat you like Jesus. Then you're gonna die for you. You're gonna die for me. Is that what you want to do? You know what I'm saying? Don't pick up.
Come on now. Come on now.
If you want to pick up,
and the nails don't leave nothing out.
You better carry your own cross.
And the thing made with put the crown on with the thorns in it.
Yeah. If the model would have picked up my problems, she better be ready to die like Jesus. You hear me? So don't pick up my problems. And it ain't even a problem, but don't pick them up. She knows this, right? She already did it, but I'm saying this out loud to me and her so y'all can receive it. She better have the wisdom and fortitude to know I'm supposed to go through that, not her. See, everybody can handle that, Damali. Some stuff is just for me. You ain't supposed to help me with everything. You trying to shield me from what God want me to go through. That's why you the one catching my poison and not me, because you done jumped in it. I planted it. It's my job to walk through it. It ain't your job.
That's like,
man, that's a powerful word. That's a powerful word for that's a powerful word for a mother, man. Sometimes we want to guard our kids and not let them go through and sleep in the beds they make, and we cause ourselves so many problems, but we just need to let them walk through what they have to walk through.
Gotta walk through.
It's a powerful word.
That's like your sibling getting a whipping and you trying to intervene and you get hit.
That's they cross. Go ahead, Deanna. Go ahead. I'm trying to talk to y'all.
But how does that play out in a marriage?
It's the same thing. Some stuff is supposed. Okay, so we'll take Frida and Damali. They married now. Excuse me. I'm just gonna make y'all married. Okay, they married now. Frida and Damali married because they got the cameras on. Tell me everything, Frida. No, do not tell her everything. You understand?
Don't. Because I know.
No.
Wrong.
No.
Sometimes they can't even handle it. So I know.
No, you can't handle it. Now you see the pig snoring, and I'm mad as hell. I want to strangle you in your sleep. What you just told me. Some stuff's supposed to be your problem. If you planted it, it is my job to protect you at all costs. But it's not my job to pick up what you planted. You put it in the ground, you got to go through it. That's why one of the biggest causes of failure is picking a spouse. You need to pick a spouse that's planting the same way you planting. Because just like I can't pick up what you plant, I can't stop what grows out our garden when it grows.
Facts. Come on now.
Just look
That's
at
good.
Monica. And it's the truth. One of the biggest causes of failure is picking your spouse. I am not a victim. There are no victims. I am not a victim. You know what? I am a victim. I'm a victim to my ego. I'm a dumbass is what I am, because I allow distortions to make me forget momentarily, or a lot of momentarilies. That's God. Period. There's no other option. It doesn't matter. You can think what you want. There's no other options. And what I look like putting God out of business? It made no sense. If I got to put somebody out of business, I shouldn't be in business. I don't need to cut your house down so my house could be bigger than yours. You can have the biggest house in the world. As long as my house is like I like it, it's the greatest house in the world. I don't need to cut you down so I can be taller than you. And at this point, Damali has seen enough. I'm not doing no cutting down. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I refuse. I refuse. I refuse. Not doing it. And I'm not doing, and you know, we slick with the cutting down too, y'all. We'll buy a jury first. We'll ask questions like, hey, everything all right? Or we like to, so you could say, yeah, why you ask? And then right there, I got you, right? Now buying a jury convict, that's called gaslighting. Genuinely, it's gaslighting works in two forms. It's one thing, has two forms. Number one, I convince everybody Damali is crazy. Excuse me, that's number two. Number two, I convince everybody Damali is crazy. Number one, I convince Damali she crazy. So if I can't convince Damali she crazy, I only got one more other option. Call her mama and be like, hey, let me tell you what she did. So by the time she go over there and tell her side of the story, I done already been there. That's what's happening to me right now. That's what's happening to me right now. That's what's happening to me right now. And you know what? It's perfect. Antonio, what you supposed to learn from it? Nothing.
So with the look on your face, yeah, Antonio T. Smith Jr., where you been?
Yeah.
What you been up to?
Well, I know I ain't supposed to learn nothing from it because I already know the answers. I ain't supposed to learn nothing from it. I'm supposed to accept what I already learned. Perfect. God, move on. Some of y'all, you know.
I'm feeling Deanna look like she want to flip over some tables.
That's because she know what it is, and she just keep her mouth shut. She'll be all right. She'll be all right. She'll be all right. And here's the crazy part, Damali. I done already. Monday, I was supposed to tell y'all, well, you know what? Monday, I was supposed to do something. And Tuesday, I was supposed to do something. Thursday, I was supposed to do something. And I keep not doing it because I haven't figured out a way. Let me text Damali real quick. Hold on. Okay. But I don't know how to do it. I know how to do it gracefully. I don't know how to do it without, like how you know what I'm saying? Like how do I introduce that without, it's just, she knows what I'm talking about. No matter what I say, I'm going to be wrong. Here's my third point. Deacon Laws. Galveston, Texas, First Union Baptist Church, 1027 Avenue K. He sleeps his ancestors now a couple years ago. Do I know right where that's at? 1027 Avenue K, First Union Baptist Church. Once told me, if God don't say nothing, don't do nothing. I'll let that sit out there for a little bit. God don't say nothing. Don't do nothing. What am I supposed to do? Am I clear, Frida? No. So if I ain't clear, I need to be still until I know he's God. Somebody missed it. Until I'm clear, my job is to be still. My job is to meditate, fix my distortions until I am clear. And I clearly have some sort of resistance built up for the meditation, being still, or giving me answers. So one of them joints, the resistance in one of them joints, because that was a simple answer. God did. That's it, Grace. If God didn't say, you know, an old black man said that. That sound like it. God didn't say nothing. Don't do nothing. That's exactly the way He said it. And I needed that. And that was my early 20s. I needed that, or mid 20s. And I'm telling you now at 40, that advice is still true. And I believe when Phil and Susan are 111, that advice still gonna be true. Real talk. God don't say nothing. Don't do nothing. So what happens when Antonio disagrees with Deanna, and I know I'm right? God don't say nothing, don't do nothing. Because all I'm going to do is correct, and correct is to bring down. And you don't bring God down. Oh, there I go again. There I go. I can always tell when some of y'all listening, you don't even look at me. You just keep your, you be like, oh, Antonio, let me ask you a question. Right? I know you get hit. I understand. That's it, Grace. I'm meddling. Genuinely. Here's the main point of the whole thing, and then I'll keep going. I believe, and by that I'm being very modest, because I know. I'm just saying it for dramatic purposes. I believe resistance is forfeiting our dreams. I'm done with that. My dreams are more important than being proven right. My dreams are more important than my reputation. Not like the big reputation, the reputation in this situation, right? My dreams are more important than being vindicated. Are yours? Do you have to always, Queen Chi, be right? Do you have to always, Arshia, be heard? Like, I mean, think about this, y'all. I'm not. Are you always right? Yeah. Should you always be heard? Yeah. But is it worth your dreams? Ain't nobody. I don't know a spouse on the planet worth my dreams. I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there like that. I know some of y'all ain't gonna go out there with me. Don't worry about it. You keep me out here by myself. I don't know a single spouse on the planet worth my dreams. You hear me?
I'll go out there with you.
Yeah, I was gonna go out there with you earlier. You said nobody can make you what you didn't plant.
That's right, man.
And when you think you're right, you're right.
That's right.
And when you think you're right, you're right. And you know, because it's funny because in marriage, in my situation, it's like anything that I resist with my husband, if I openly resist it, it's a problem. But when I sit back and like look and then really introspect, I actually do the same thing I'm complaining about. The exact same thing. So I'm actually seeing and complaining about myself and things I do that he's doing.
That's a
that
good
I
point.
do to him. And so it's like mirror each other. And now I'm in the practice of when I'm offended, I'll go back and introspect on myself. Like, why am I offended? Have I been doing this? And I go back, most of the time I have been doing the same thing that I'm complaining about, which is crazy.
Yeah, no doubt. 100% crazy. But we do it though, don't we? And we do it eagerly too, with good energy. Now, I'm glad you brought that up, Demai, because I wouldn't have brought it up, right? I sit back and I realize, oh damn, I do that too. So let's push that further. The guy who did me wrong, guess what? If it happened in my life, means I'm capable of it. Oh, y'all don't want to go there. You don't want to go there. You can't experience anything that's not in you. See.
Sometimes we have no idea what it is that we are capable of until we get put in certain circumstances. We can sit and say, well, I wouldn't do. You don't know what you would do if you were in a different situation or different circumstances. In some cases.
No. Here's the deal. You're absolutely right. But the truth is, I had warnings. But before that, Damali, he called Ken Johnson and was blah, 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 right? And I didn't even know he knew Ken Johnson, you know what I'm saying? And Ken told me, it was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Just want you to know, blah, 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 right? Doesn't matter. What a perfect situation and perfect person with a perfect wife and perfect kids and perfect ankles and perfect kneecaps and whatever you like, whatever it is, it's all perfect. And you better get there as fast as possible. Because I am convinced that every time we become right about people, we forfeit our dreams. I am convinced. And by right about people, I mean in that negative way. You know what I mean? A negative way. I knew Phil was going on. All right, boom, dream forfeited. It's out of there, right? I knew Deanna. Oh, phew, another dream gone. I knew I was right about it. All right, there's another one. You know what I'm saying? No, the only thing I'm ever right about anybody is that they are God. That's it. Go ahead, Squid. Queen Chi with the tiara crown tiara, however you say it. I'm working it out.
Let's talk about these steps. Okay, so what you're saying is
it's a lot too, girl.
You can see the signs that this person, I may not really want them in my reality with their God self, right? But our job is to still love them where they are, vibrate above this situation so that they'll either fade away or elevate.
Well, you're
or stay and just continue to sharpen you.
Okay, good. I'm glad you said the last part. The last part is a different conversation I'm about to have, but let's talk about this elevate. Hold on, let me send this. Oh, well, in there. There you go. That's all I want to say. Forget the stay part for a second. Your job is to ascend past all situations. And when you, let me draw it for you real quick, because this is a very, very good question. Here it is. Now, this is a fake chart. We're going to pretend these are levels of awareness, okay? This doesn't exist. That's not actually how it works. But for illustration purposes, these are levels of awareness. Cool? We're going to say this is 10. It's probably not 10. I don't know. We're going to say here's the lowest level of awareness. That's a 0. Here's the highest. And all there is, Damali, is 10 levels of awareness. And all you have to do is get to those levels of awareness and the world will love you. What Queen Chi just asked was, so am I supposed to stay right here and deal with such and such? I'm going to deal with that later in a few minutes. But the truth is, let's say Queen Chi is right here. We're going to call this level 4. Once she ascends to level 5, all the problems on level 4 fade away. The problem with that, though, Damali, is, new levels, new problems. Biggie Smalls said it best. More money, more problems. You know what I'm saying? And then listen, she come up here to level 8. Guess what? She got level 8 problems. Please believe the problems that I have right now are 6-figure problems. And I prayed in a trash can to have 6-figure problems. So I better be careful how I treat these problems. Did you hear me? Because I prayed to have these problems. Now I'm hurt by them. That don't make no damn sense. We can go ahead and keep it real. So every time you go up, you're going to get new problems, which automatically means those other problems fade away. Cool? So that's the answer to her question. But she got the other part in there that had all that energy on it. So I'm gonna wait till she come back. Or let me know you're here. When she come back, then I'll add. That stay
I'm sorry, your mini me trying to get a tattoo down his neck.
Oh, okay, got you. Well, he needs
Hold
one.
on,
Then.
y'all.
Let him get one. Let him get it.
No,
Tell him to
no,
get your
no,
face.
no.
Yeah, he don't ever get no job.
I'm listening. Pause. Hold on a second, y'all.
You go ahead. Paul, baby, let me save your life, baby. Let me save you. Don't say that boy life. Don't say that boy life. That's what happened when you got 5 kids. You understand? One of them gonna act like me. You understand? One of them gonna act like me. Remind me, don't let me forget to come back to that stay. That stay was important. That stay was very important. Stay was very important. My desire for you all, my wish and my hope for you all is for you to be source in all situations. Am I right? No. Has anything I said been right? No. Has anything I said been wrong? No. It's just things I've said. What's more important is not right or wrong, is have I said on this call today served me? Yes. Yes. It was therapeutic to talk it out, get it out my system, right? Plus all my motives are correct. I'm alive, and I'm not attempting to hurt anybody. All those are good seeds. And if I can't be perfectly fine with planting good seeds and being happy about that, I really need to stop believing in God. Because if you keep planting good seeds, everything work out for you. And if bad things happen in your life, everything work out for you. Did you hear me? It's both and. If you don't ever do nothing in your life, it work out for you. If you do everything right in your life, it work out for you. And every sacred text says it works out for you. But that damn ego, Damali, it make us look at our wife and say, I chose wrong. Because we mad. It's y'all. Resistance is forfeiting our dreams. I want you to think about how you treated your spouse, how you treated your enemies, how you treated your friends. I don't want you to be a victim. And by treated, I also want you to think about your responses that they deserved. There you go. You meddling now, Damali. Yeah. Now you understand he deserved that. I just match energy. You come at me this way, I'm gonna come right. Yep. All that's literally doing a deal. That's right. You know, and hold on. You called. God didn't call me, God called you. Right? All that stuff. I hear you. It's all forfeiting dreams. Is it okay? Sure, it's okay. Is Frida allowed to mess up her whole life? Yeah. Going on out there. But you won't be messing up your life. There are no mistakes. You're just going to find a longer road to what you're actually trying to get to. And who am I to be a judge of your road or how long it took you to get there? Eric Thomas, hip hop preacher, says it took him 12 years to get a 4-year degree. You're a doctor now, so it doesn't matter. Right? I didn't have my first, I think I was 27 when I had my son or something like that. Now I'm 40 with a 13-year-old. You know what I'm saying? I can't go do stuff. I got classmates had me at 18. They kids grown now. You know what I'm saying? They 40 with adult children. Who did it the right way? Both. It was hard for them at first, just like it's hard for me now. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. It really don't matter. I'll tell Chiquita this privately when she come back. And take your time if you can hear me. Because I know she's like, don't you do it. Get that. You already got the god doggone tattoo, right? So like that, right? No. Stay is a problem. And I'm not talking about separatism. I'm not talking about staying or not working out a relationship or something like that. You work out what you're supposed to work out, right? Your job is to do everything you can in all relationships. You know, so okay, she's back. Your job is to do everything you can in all relationships. Like that's your job. Your job is to do that. To exhaust all resources. And when you don't have no more, get some more. That's your job. That is your job. There's no doubt about it. But being patient is a problem. That was the thing of your question there, Queen Chi. God doesn't have to be patient. That's when I said that stay was a problem, because she was accidentally admitting she didn't have control in creating a new situation. It was in the question. It wasn't on purpose. But when you say, so should I just stay here? No. Should I create better? Yes. And that's what you came here for. You didn't come here to stay in something unworthy of you. You came in here to create a situation always worthy of you. So stay in the way she used it is a flaw. It's not, and God isn't staying in situations that hurt God. God is constantly creating situations where God can exist. That's your job. Y'all hear me? Is it fair? No. So create fair, Sandra. It's not that hard. Well, Antonio, you don't understand. I mean, if I was you, well, I would. All right, I could. Or I could just create more resources and like have contracts or something, in that particular. There's so many different things. So let's conclude this. Oh, I keep forgetting to reach out. There's one thing I wanted to read because I only had 1 point today. Well, 4 points, but one real one. That real point was resistance is costing you your dreams. There are 3 levels of creation: thought, words, action. Therefore, there's only 3 levels of resistance you can possibly have: in your thoughts, in your words. That's why Phil tries to say, no, don't say I can't. Because Phil understands that's resistance. You're speaking. And if you speak it, you think it. So now you had 2 different levels of resistance. You thought it, then you spoke it. And then the same words, it's going to become an action one day. So 6 months from now, it's going to be an action. Now it's 3. Thoughts, words, and actions. Hear me. If you don't like your wife, it's in your thoughts, it's in your words, it's in your actions, or it's in all 3. If you don't like how much money you have resistance in your thoughts, in your words, or your actions, all 3. Antonio didn't like this situation. It wasn't in my words because I ain't saying nothing. It was definitely in my actions because I'm going through it, duh. And it's certainly in my thoughts because it bothered me. So I'm hitting 66%. Don't give me my dreams, Lord. There you go. That's the reaction I wanted, Frida. 66%, the body going, I want these dreams. Then coming to work, giving 100% energy. Don't make no sense. The Molly just got it. Right? Don't make no sense. We're working against ourselves. That's why I want to leave you. Like, genuinely, if memorize it or write it down. You can only have resistance in thoughts, words, or actions. And the thing bothering you is lying in those three places, sometimes one, sometimes all. Am I right? No, but you're right. And whatever you're currently thinking, you are currently creating. You just need to make sure it creates what you want. But you need to stop being like your parents, no offense, but all of our parents created just enough. We don't want that no more, right? We want to create more than enough. I'm saying, since nobody here is one of them inheritance people, trust fund, baby. All right, our parents created enough. They did good. Don't get it twisted. They did fantastic. The fantastic is our minimum now. That's the whole purpose of passing on life. My highest standard should be your lowest standard. That's why we're here, to pass on a better life for our seeds. Our parents did, yes, fantastic is my minimum. That's it, tomorrow. Our parents did the best they could with what they had, and they did a damn good job. You know what I'm saying? They did a really good job. But that's our minimum. So really good job, Queen Chi, is our minimum from now on. We're legendary. And then when your kids grow up, I don't know what's better than legendary. Maybe that's God mode. You know, I don't know. I have no idea. Figure out a word. Feel good with them. Figure out a word. And then that's what your kids ought to be. And then you teach them to pass on. You teach them to pass on. But back to the main point, and if you're looking for a theme, I kept, it's my thing when I keep repeating it over and over and over. Resistance forfeits dreams. You know, I have a dream, and kept repeating over and over. Resistance forfeits your dreams. And nobody is worth my dreams. No situation is worth my dreams. No situation. I just found out, I'm gonna end with this story. I was just telling Deanna. I had to go to VA. There's a lesson here. I had to go to VA. And for years now, I've been telling the VA something wrong. You got to fix that. And I moved all my stuff to Houston except for one person, my orthopedic. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Okay, it sounds like baby. So what's the baby stuff? PD. All right, so I think pediatric. All right, so orthopedic and pediatric are not the same thing. There you go. All right, there you go. It feels like no, it's not. All right. It's that pediatric that gets me. But orthopedic is the only thing I keep down here in Lamarck. Everything else is in Houston. And I'm gonna tell you why, because every time I got an X-ray in Lamarck, it's Texas City. Every time I got an X-ray in Texas City, it always came back normal. So always, 100% of the time. Now I got over 100. Anyway, 100% of the time. So I moved it to Houston. As soon as I moved to Houston, they put me at the highest rate of disability for joints possible, or like knees possible. You can only get 30% in knees, and they said immediately, sir, here's 10%. Then on their own, Damali, I don't know who, God was like, look at it again. On their own, they say we made an egregious mistake. That's exactly what it said. Here's 20%. Then I went back and got another X-ray, and they said, you got to get out of here. That's another 30%. They maxed me out automatically. That's what they did. So I had to go get X-rays last time I went on my hips, my S joints, and my little hips, like my groin area, my hips. And my cool doctor in Texas City, not Dr. Cindy, I hope she gets all the blessings that she deserves. She said, well, they said normal. And this is the first time I said something, Phil. I said, well, Dr. Cindy, man, you know I love you. because we there laughing. So you know I love you. I say, you might want to look at them yourself, because every time I do an x-ray down here, they always say normal, but you see what's going on, right? And you might want to check them out. And she said, well, so if I say 100% of the time, if I lay down, or if I try to move my hip at anything past 180 degrees, it pops. She said, show me. I said, no problem. I hop out the chair, and on my way down, hip pop. Like, I didn't even have to show her. On the way down, she said, oh my God. Like, wait a minute. And she looked at the x-rays and she says, okay, I see. And then it just so happened to be that a hip expert is right next door. She calls the lady in. And the lady says, okay, let me see. And she looks at this. Oh, oh, that's not normal. Turns out I have a hip tear. I have a tear in my hips. And my ligaments or whatever it is torn on both sides, torn. So that's knees and hips torn. But it makes sense. And jumping out of airplanes and stuff, it makes sense. It makes total sense when you think about it, okay? Yeah. It makes total sense. And I said something, and we just laughing about it. And she says, well, we're going to send you to Houston now, back to the place I need to be at. And you're going to see a specialist. I'm going to give you. So now I got to get hip injections now, right? Like the knee needle is already 4.5 inches. I have no idea what the hip injection needle is. Right? It can't be 4.5. It can't be 4.5. And then, so now they're doing that. And she's right. She's typing. She's saying this. And the other lady she said, oh my God, no. You need to be fit right now. Boom. You have a hip tear. I'm looking at it right here. She sees it, especially the right side. There's no little, that's in a growing area, right? You know what I'm saying? That's the pop that pops out. And I'm 40, but my body is 60. You know what I'm saying? She gives me some new medicine and stuff. And it dawns on me, because I knew I'm going to talk about resistance. And it dawns on me sitting in there, I started to tell you I ain't gonna take these x-rays down here 2 weeks ago. But I'm so glad I kept my dang on mouth shut. And then check this out. And I was supposed to have, my appointment was at 8 this morning. I was supposed to miss this morning call, but we forgot. So then they call right after the call and say, well, tell them to come in now, because I've established a good rapport with them, and I'm always cool. I'm not tripping. I'm always cool. I was late, Phil, at the right time, at the right place. Then the 10:30 appointment canceled. That's when I got there. Because she was supposed to just give me shots and look at the x-rays next week. But she said, well, cancel. Let's look at everything. If it wasn't for me shutting my doggone mouth and staying in non-resistance, we wouldn't be out here knowing I'm walking around with torn hips, ligaments in my hips. Now, I felt comfortable because I'm like, yeah, I knew I wasn't crazy. Like, you don't fake hip injuries, y'all. It work or it don't. Do you understand? You don't fake that stuff. It work or it don't. You can't make stuff pop out of place. You know what I'm saying? You go in there with a back injury, can't nobody find. But these knees and these hips, these is facts. X-rays, you can't pray an X-ray bad. But it was the non-resistance. Because I didn't want to, when she said, take the X-rays down, I knew it. Because, there's a radiologist read the X-rays. And I don't know, maybe, whatever. I don't know. I ain't saying about that. My point there is, I shut my mouth. And I saw somebody else earlier, I think it was Damani that said earlier, now sometimes you just need to shut the hell up. Amen. That should be in the Bible. Actually, I think it is. It just say without shutting the hell up, it says, be slow to talk and quick to listen, is what it says. That's in there. That is in there. Slow to talk and quick to listen. Now I'm getting all the help that I need properly and whatever, right? Nobody's worried about no compensation, anything like that. We worry about like not getting hip replacements and knee replacements, right? I'm 40. Ain't nobody got time for that. Because I was in flow with whatever the professional said. My last words to you is I need you all to respect everybody's a professional and you need to be in flow with what they say. The people you're supposed to be in flow with and harmonizing with shouldn't have to have a degree in something that you need for you to be in harmony with them. They just have to be breathing. Treat everybody the same way that I treat my doctor who knows stuff better than me, like they know stuff better than me. Because everybody knows stuff better than you. If you didn't need them, they wouldn't be here on planet Earth. There would be no reason for them to be in physical manifestation if you didn't need them. Do you have a hole in your face that shouldn't be there? No. So you don't need it. It hasn't manifested itself. If you don't need something, it never shows up in your reality. So if somebody is in your reality, you need them. They're supposed to be there. And they're equally as brilliant as my doctor and whoever you respect. Be in harmony with your spouses, be in harmony with your friends, be in harmony with your enemies. Your enemies are there to help you not be so damn salty at your enemies. Do yourself a favor. Don't forfeit your dreams. Accelerate them. Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can plant better. You can dominate. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you. And we love you. We love you greatly. Love you greatly. Good to see you, Chiquita.
Thank you. Love you more.
Love you more.
There you go.
Love you
All right,
more.